I just finished The Will of the Many. Let's talk about it. Oops. The first thing is that I think James Islington liked Red Rising better than I did because he went and rewrote it. And I think he did a better job, but let's break it down. Darrow is a blue-collared kid spending his life mining away in indentured servitude working for scraps. Viz is a young princeling whose life is irrevocably altered when his island nation is attacked, his family is slaughtered, and he is forced to live a life as an orphan and prison guard, hiding from the hierarchy, working for scraps. Also, I think it's technically Vis, but Darrow is mostly happy with his lot in life until his life is irrevocably altered when tragedy strikes and he gets kidnapped by a terrorist organization and indoctrinated into their plot. Viz dreams of buying his way out of the orphanage and spending the rest of his life hiding from the hierarchy before he is adopted by a powerful family with mischievous intent and then indoctrinated into a terrorist cell with anti-government intent. Darrow goes through rigorous training to enter the academy and become the top student, upon which failure likely means death. Viz goes through rigorous training to enter the academy and become the top student, side quest aside, upon which failure likely means death, or becoming a human battery. Darrow excels through the academy through his unbelievable wit and skill, often using unorthodox methods to achieve his aims. And you guys are not going to believe this, but Viz excels through the academy through his unbelievable wit and skill, often using unorthodox methods to achieve his aims. In the end, both uncover malpractice and corruption by the governing bodies of their respective academies, surely to shake the foundation for what's to come. Both hate decadence and the elite, one more than the other. Both books seem to have a penchant for describing women mostly by their hair color. Both have incredibly sharp swords called razors. Both have main characters who are heavily scarred as a reminder of their dark pasts. Both have strongly separated class structures, one denoted by color, one denoted by number. The only difference really is one is ancient Rome in space and the other one is magic ancient Rome. It's not very veiled and it's not very clever considering how popular Red Rising is. Bonus points for not making up any stupid swear words. I thought Viz was more likable than Darrow, but he is just as much of a Gary Stu character. He's adopted and trains for only 2 months before entering the academy. But he enters the academy and manages to out-academy everybody else with 2 months of training? Is everyone at the academy inept, or is he the smartest person alive? I don't think the side characters in Will of the Many are as good as they are in Red Rising. Severo is pretty hard to beat, but I do think that Viz is a better main character. I am more partial to the magic system and world of Will of the Many than I am to the science influence in Red Rising. But Islington pretty much explains nothing about how will works other than it's derived from people and it's seeded upwards through the hierarchy and that it is complicated. The terrorists in the Will of the Many seem to be more serious than they do in Red Rising. Even if those characters are a little less memorable, they do seem more deadly. I don't want to get into too many actual plot spoilers for The Will of the Many because I did really like it and I don't want to scare anyone off of reading it. And it is a relatively recent release. Some of the characters are fun. Some of the action is very compelling and exciting. I think the way that the plot and a lot of the stressors in Viz's life are layered is very interesting, and I was pretty interested in what was going on with him. And overall, I just think the writing is better than that in Red Rising. It reads faster, it comes off the page better, but I do think it's a bit too long. I was very interested in the world, most of the characters, the hierarchy setting is very, very interesting to me. So I'm interested to see how that develops, how more of the magic gets explained, and how that influences the world outside of the academy and the way that the plot trajectory seems to be aiming. But in the end, dark academia be dark academiaing. There has to be intra-academy intrigue and plots. There has to be a headmaster person who's clearly hiding something. We have to have the Triwizard Tournament from hell. And lots of kids have to die terrible deaths. All this shit feels the same after a while. And even though I liked The Will of the Many better than I liked Red Rising, we already had Red Rising. Will of the Many is an improvement, but it's not leaps and bounds. 3.5 out of 5 hammers, but I am looking forward to the next one.